What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. And boy, do I have some news for you.
Let's get started.
So if you're a fan of video games, if you're a fan of role-playing games, if you're a fan of Cyberpunk as a genre, and especially the game, Cyberpunk 2077, I think I just discovered that the live-action film project that has been announced is on its way. Here on The Business, we talk about everything in the arts and entertainment industries. See how I made that plural? Because we're talking about film, we're talking about comic books, we're talking about anything that would be the business of arts and entertainment. I am a veteran of the business. I'm a professional artist, visual artist, actor, writer, producer, and so much more. I've been in the film business, Hollywood and independent side of it all, for 11 years. Just the other day, I was on the set for 2 days working on a major project for a new TV show. So I'm just telling you, unlike a lot of channels you'll find on YouTube with people giving theories and guesstimates and just everybody's repeating the same gossip, okay? Ours is a little different. Yeah, we're gonna find the same juicy gossip that's available that everybody can find. But the difference is our analysis of it is gonna be from an insider point of view. Not somebody who's just friends with people in the biz, someone who is in the business.
Say it with your chest!
And so with being in the business, let me start with my disclaimer. Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of ONYXCON's affiliates, associates, sponsors, etc. Also, this is all speculation. I don't care what I say that ends up being true. I'm a damn good writer. I understand how things flow. And I make good guesses at what might be what because, like I say, I've been in the business and I know how things go. So if I'm right, hey.
Oh, that's real good.
Who else gonna win like we win? It's ONYXCON. What can I say? October 2023, to be exact, when I saw first news of Cyberpunk 2077 is going to get either a movie or a TV show, something live action. Keyword here is live action. We've already got the animation that is one of the greatest animations, especially as a series of all time, in my opinion. Okay, it's on Netflix. It's called Cyberpunk 2077 Edge Runners. If you haven't seen Edge Runners, it's historic. You can go check the history for yourself about how it rebooted the entire franchise after the game had so many problems. Even though it is a stellar game, it had a lot of glitches when it came out, and it pretty much beat down the sales of the game. And it needed a reboot. The entire franchise needed a reboot. How they got it was Edge Runners. Edge Runners literally saved the Cyberpunk 2077 franchise. Now, before we go any further, also, I want to make sure I credit the founder, the absolute founder, the original visionary, before CD Projekt Red did the stellar game that became all the fame that we know and became the offshoot with the anime and everything on Netflix. Mr. Michael Pondsmith, an African-American man from California who started a gaming company and in the 80s introduced Cyberpunk, the role-playing game, tabletop game back in the day. And it is a classic, and they just came out with another version of it recently. So shout them out to Artel Saurian Games. Check them out. They're still making tabletop games, and he still gets credit on everything with Cyberpunk 2077, and is still getting what he should be getting. I just wish his name got brought up more. I know he's getting, his company and his people are getting paid for his contribution. They can't just run wild with the copyright. It is an intellectual property. Yes, they have the rights. CD Projekt Red has the rights, but I always like to shout him out because I always say it's kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars, Lucas is to Star Wars as Mike Pondsmith is to Cyberpunk 2077. And I want his name in fame. I want his name in lights. I want him given the respect he deserves as a black man doing what he's been able to do. And yes, it is important to acknowledge his ethnicity because a lot of times what we do and what we have contributed gets swept under the rug. Oh, it's no big deal. Yeah, that's bullshit. It is a damn big deal. Because if anybody else had done it, you would get sick and tired of hearing their damn name. He couldn't even keep his own name out of the news if it was the other way around. Tell me if I'm wrong. Come on. So yeah, y'all. Shout out to Mr. Michael Pondsmith. Moving forward, though, here's what we really got to say, though, about this thing. When I found out that this movie was coming out, as an actor, I got excited because I'd love to be a part of it. To this day, I'd like to be a part of it. Matter of fact, I did a fan film to celebrate my perspective on it. And you can check that out on your own time. It's called Cyberpunk 2077, Unfinished Business, right here on the ONYXCON network. Peep that when you get a chance. And my character, Mantis from Atlantis. Yeah, you're gonna love it, I promise you. It's perfect for Halloween. Watch that today, tonight, to any time, okay? Do that for me, thank you. But because of my love for this game, and literally this game is my favorite open world game to date of all time, to date, okay? And I found out that you got A-list people involved, that the director-producer of Pirates of the Caribbean and so many other A-list projects is the main man who's making his major comeback, because he had a real downfall. When I read in this article, I realized, oh, that was him, wow. But he had done The Lone Ranger, and we all know how that went. So after that, you know, he's got to prove himself. He got to show that I still got it. And his big comeback is this film. Now, that's a really big deal. Nothing like this would be small. This is the first reason why I think this is actually Cyberpunk 2077, the live action project. So the working title of the project is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I can tell you from experience. I'm not saying that's not a catchy title. It might work. That's not the title. I don't believe that's the title. I'll give you a little insider tip on how things work in the biz. And none of what I'm about to say is conspiracy theory or weird or NDA covered. All right, I wouldn't be talking about it if it was non-disclosure agreement covered. Because once a movie is out, or even sometimes while a movie is being filmed, certain press outlets get access to and can reveal the working titles of films for bigger projects that people would be more familiar with the name. For example, when I was here in Atlanta and we were filming Wakanda Forever. Yes, I was in the first and the second Black Panther films. But in the second one, Wakanda Forever, the working title, if I remember right, was something like Summer Break or something like that. I think it was Summer Break. You know that wasn't the name, right? But that was the code name that we used on set. And that's what you would see on all the little yellow signs for traffic when you're out near set and you need to know how to get to the locations for where they're shooting, okay? And security be tight. So if any of y'all want to start hunting for yellow signs and trying to just show up randomly, don't play with yourself like that. It's not a game. But yeah, you know, it's fun when you're on set and you feel like you're part of some covert secret ops team or something. You know, it's really fun in that regard. Also in Jackpot, the new John Cena film that came out on Amazon. Big fun, great day on set, a lot of activity, a lot of action, a lot of physical activity. We had to do a lot of running. I even showed up in the very first scene of that movie. But the working title was Grand Theft Lotto. Now, you know they wasn't going to call it Grand Theft anything and get sued by Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar Games. Not going to happen. It was a cool name, but it wasn't going to happen. But that was the working name, Grand Theft Lotto. Changed all that. It came out as... Ain't nobody. Jackpot, easy to remember. One-word titles are the best, especially when they fit the film, and you couldn't get any better than Jackpot for what it was about. Right? Right. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's a good movie. Fun movie. So, I also mentioned Jackpot too because it was based in a futuristic world that reminded me of Cyberpunk 2077. People dressed super crazy, kind of funky, kind of just random as hell, very colorful, very bright. Putting things together, just go through your closet and put on whatever you grab kind of looks, you know? It was wild. Now, in Cyberpunk, you got some people who dress like that. You got people who dress very stylish and put together. It can be a hot mess or a hot look, you know? It's various ways with that. But I got excited to see that when Jackpot was coming out, I'm looking at the timeline around knowing that, okay, they're gonna make this Cyberpunk movie. They're getting everybody ready for the concepts of Cyberpunk. It never goes away, but the more you keep it in front of people, it's not like you got to introduce the genre. You've already got the audiences ready to accept and appreciate a film made or a TV show made about a cyberpunk condition, okay? So that's a good thing. I always get happy when I see them doing what I know they do traditionally in the film biz to get that market built. Now, another thing I know that can happen a lot of times And this is why I say, as much as I feel like I'm sure this is exactly what this is, can't be too exact. It might not be Cyberpunk 2077. Good luck, have fun, don't die, might just be a completely different project. Now, I still stick with my word that I think it is Cyberpunk 2077. The reason why I think there's a chance it could not be is because when I look at the history of with actors, production companies, executive producers, etc., when this thing was announced, it was anonymous content. With this new article I found, it never mentioned anonymous content. But that's not a big deal either. That's kind of like you buy a home and within weeks or months of owning it, your loan gets switched over to a new company that controls your mortgage. You're still paying the same amount you agreed to, but you got a new controller of the contract. It's very common. It's just like with credit card companies and all kind of other forms of stuff, people selling debt. Sell each other new debt, pick up a new contract, whatever. This stuff happens all the time in the film biz too. So I wouldn't doubt that anonymous content might still be involved or may have handed it over to this new company, whoever, all these new names I keep seeing in all those other articles, and they're going to take care of it, but it's still going to be what I think it is. Now, another thing I was really excited to see, being that I have a great eye for talent and what I think should be great in casting, etc., is I did a series of videos, 2 of them if you haven't seen them, here on the ONYXCON network, where I talked about who I think would be great for a Cyberpunk 2077 live action film if they were portraying the storyline that took place in the actual video game with the characters that are currently available. From Johnny Silverhand, you already know there's nobody to replace Keanu Reeves. He's the man, he's gonna do the damn thing. Same thing for my agent. If you want to deal with Idris Elba's character, it's got to be Idris, period. You know, you shouldn't even playing with that. Just keep all that right. You got some celebrity fame up in there, big names, people know them. You ain't got to worry about butts and seats in the theater. Now, for the ladies and gents that are not as big a name, especially, I thought about who could play Pan Am Palmer. Because everybody loves Pan Am. My gorgeous brown queen Pan Am. And I thought of many actresses. And when I found Miss Mays, still shout out to Miss Mays, I think she literally was the inspiration for the character. I truly feel like they scanned her face and made that character based on her. But before I even saw Mays, I thought Beats, yep, Zazie Beats could be it. Zazie Beats could do it. Guess who's in this new film? Zazie Beats is in it, okay? I even saw in one article, one press release about the upcoming project, it stated that even though it will be a whole new storyline and everything, they might incorporate some characters from the game that are all well established, including, and they named my man Keanu Reeves, Johnny Silverhand, the character. They named Pan Am Palmer. I'm telling y'all, this is Cyberpunk 2077. I'm telling y'all, I want it to be that, so I'm claiming it. I want it to be it so bad. I'm so excited to think, wow, they really did cast Zazie Beats. And even if it's not her as Pan Am Palmer, and this is exactly what I think it is as Cyberpunk 2077, what they know, because of her likeness to Pan Am Palmer, it's still, you know, people who played the game, they're going to look for a sexy brown-skinned woman who reminds them of Pan Am. And they want to see that on film. So even if it's not Pan Am, even if it's a totally different character, it's already a great key ingredient in a successful project. They've already proven that. They know they can get people to come and want to see that lady depicting that kind of look. Also, you got a couple of other ladies. The one here with the pink hair, I think, yeah, that alone told me, I said, yeah, she looks good with a pink wig, or if that's her real hair, dyed pink, whatever the case. That's a very cyberpunk element. A lot of folks wear their hair real loud colors in this future, how they do it today, but I'm saying like in this future, fantasy future, it's real. And, you know, they literally pick people based on what you've done before, looks you've presented on red carpets, stuff that can say, hey, I can do that. I would look good doing that. Trust me, I'm the one. Pick me. This is how we get cast as actors and actresses. I know this. Now, if all of that is not enough to convince you that this is Cyberpunk 2077, check out the fact that in the article when it gives the log line, it breaks down that this guy Okay, your main character walks into a diner in LA, because it's literally a literal log line that they use to sell. And log line, by the way, for y'all who don't film talk all the time, is when you look at the back of a box for a DVD, or you're reading the caption on Netflix or whatever for a film, that little quick description, not the long synopsis, the quick one, that's the log line. So it clearly says, in LA, okay, the game is based in a fictional part of California, Middle California to be exact. And everybody who plays the game knows it's a mix of Los Angeles culture, Bay Area culture, and even other areas of California, but I would especially mix Bay Area, Silicon Valley, and LA. Just LA as a whole. It's very Los Angeles in many ways. So the fact that he's walking into a LA diner and he's a man of the future who is pulling together a random group, you know, a motley crew to go save the world against AI gone rogue. All of Cyberpunk, the genre itself, not just Cyberpunk 2077 created by Mike Pondsmith, but the genres he even pulled from as a whole, the history of Cyberpunk, all the way back to Blade Runner, the film with Harrison Ford, all the way back to the original novel that introduced the word. This is the premise for Cyberpunk. You have to have the idea of machines going wild. You have to have the idea of humanity versus technology in some way. Terminator, Matrix, etc.
Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So,
Cyberpunk, baby. This is Cyberpunk. All of this is Cyberpunk. So I'm telling y'all, this is Cyberpunk 27. And I'm so here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so here for it, y'all. Because I'm like, yo, on top of that, if you still don't believe it's being filmed in South Africa, you know the history of locations in film, there's two main places that usually shoot everything that's got to look like California, if not in California. South Africa and Atlanta. And like I say again, I want to be a part of it. I really do. I don't feel like I've missed my chance. I feel like it's just, you know, if you don't know anybody, you got to keep going till you know the right people. And I just haven't met them yet. But the way I work in this biz, my day will come. And even if I'm not meant to be on this, my enthusiasm for this and what I do as a fan in general and as an actor as a whole will lead to other projects, even if I don't turn around and just make my own. Because I got plenty of ideas. We just need a budget, because ONYXCON is here to make movies too. Oh, you didn't know? Like I say, make sure you watch that fan film, ONYXCON's Cyberpunk 2077 fan film, Unfinished Business, right here on YouTube. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you agree? Is this it? I think this is it. Holla back, y'all. Peace.